स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हि या सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्त कर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। मन्नाथ श्रीजगन्नाथो मद्गुरुः श्रीजगद्गुरुः ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us spend few minutes in silence and meditation. Let us offer our salutations to the all-pervading blissful spirit in any name or form. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada and Swami Vivekananda and all great teachers, all great saints in the whole world. Let us offer our salutations to Srimad Swami Shivananda Ji Maharaj, whose Jayanti we are celebrating today, and to Adi Shankaracharya and all other acharyas. Slowly inhale and exhale, peacefully, joyfully, with full consciousness, with full awareness. You are inhaling positive, peaceful, pure, healthy, strong vibrations. These vibrations will destroy all the impurities, restlessness, weaknesses, negativity, diseases from the mind and the body. Slowly exhale, slowly breathe out. Peaceful, pure, strong vibrations. Visualize the divine blissful form of Sri Ramakrishna, our chosen deity, in the center of your heart, seated on a 12-petaled lotus. Visualize that you are offering pranam, sashtanga namaskaram to the all-pervading blissful spirit. Hridaya kamala madhye rajitam nirvikalpam sadasada kila bheda atitam ekaswarupam prakriti vikriti shunyam nityamanandamurtim Vimala Paramahamsam Ramakrishnam Bhajamaha Vimala Paramahamsam Ramakrishnam Bhajamaha Nirupamamati Sukshmam Nishprapancham Nireham Gagana Sadrishamisham Sarvabhutadhivasam Trigunarahita Satchit Brahmarupam Varenyam Vimala Paramahamsam Ramakrishnam Bhajamaha Vitaritumavatirnam Gnana Bhakti Prashanti Pranaya Galita Chittam Jiva Dukkha Sahishnum Dhruta Sahaja Samadhim Chinmayam Komalangam Vimala Paramahamsam Ramakrishnam Bhajamaha Vimala Paramahamsam Ramakrishnam Bhajamaha. Meditate on Sri Ramakrishna. Think about Sri Ramakrishna. Worship Sri Ramakrishna, who is Vimala, without any stain, who is the great swan, Paramahamsa, who is Nitya Anandamurti, the embodiment of eternal bliss, eternal joy. Who is beyond the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Who is devoid of all the modifications, Prakriti, Vikriti, Shunyam, from birth to death. Hridaya Kamala Madhye. Pray for Gnana Bhakti Viveka Vairagya and strength to meditate more and more. Let us pray for the well-being of all people, for the health and peace of all people, known and unknown. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ हरिः ॐ। Offering salutations once again to the divine trio, Mother, Sri Ramakrishna and Swamiji. Let us start our session. Today is a twice blessed day. One is Ekadashi, second coinciding with Mahapurush Maharaj, Swami Shivananda ji, the second president of the Ramakrishna order, a direct monastic disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. So, little bit of understanding his life and teachings. Before that, let us, as a tribute, as an offering to Adi Shankaracharya, chant the first sloka, the Bhajagovindam, then 16th of the second part, then 17th, then go to Mahapurush Maharaj. All loudly, please. Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam, Govindam Bhajamodhamate. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhajamo Dhamate. Samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshat dukrung karani. Samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshat dukrung karane. Sukata kriyate rama bhogaha. Sukata kriyate rama bhogaha. Paschadanta sharire rogaha. Paschadanta sharire rogaha. Yadyapi loke maranam sharanam. Yadyapi loke maranam sharanam. Tadapi na munchati papacharanam. Tadapi na munchati papacharanam. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Bodhamate. Samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshat dukrung karani. Pranayamam pratyaharam. Pranayamam pratyaharam. Nitya nitya viveka vicharam. Nitya nitya viveka vicharam. Japya sameta samadhi vidhanam. Japya sameta samadhi vidhanam Kuruvavadhanam mahadavadhanam Kuruvavadhanam mahadavadhanam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate Samprapte Sannihite Kale Nahi Nahi Rakshat Dukrum Karane. Whatever teachings we have in the Bhajagovinda Stotram and other texts, or the Upanishads, or the Bhagavad Gita, or the Prakarana Granthas, we find in the life of these direct disciples. Sri Ramakrishna came to revive the Veda Vedanta. Swami Vivekananda says very clearly, unless and until you study the life of Sri Ramakrishna, you cannot understand Veda Vedanta. The commentary of the Veda Vedantas is the life of Sri Ramakrishna. And of course Swamiji himself and the monastic disciples, from Brahmanandaji to Swami Vijnanandaji, who passed away in the last part of the series of the 16 disciples. So Mahapurush Maharaj, who lived till 1934, had so many disciples in the country because of his traveling, and we had the opportunity to see many of them in our childhood till recent times. Now that part of the generation is over. We are into the third and the fourth generation in the Ramakrishna order. First generation means monastic disciples, 16, their disciples, and the third is the next generation of disciples. So Mahapurush Maharaj gave the joy, gave the mantra, put many people on the spiritual path, young and old, all over the country. Whether it's in Benares, whether it's in Devghar, whether it's in South India, and everywhere. He went, he traveled, and he got the Adesha from Holy Mother to initiate people. That's how he started his missionary activity, spiritual ministration as a Sangha Guru. So, all things, it's a vast life, each one of them. Each is a Brahmanda, each can control the Brahmanda. They came with the avatar for a purpose from different lokas, and they finished their work and quietly merged in the cosmic consciousness, which is Sri Ramakrishna himself. So one or two small incidents and teachings we shall understand in the next few minutes. See, one of the qualities of Sri Ramakrishna was selection. Selection of young, fresh, pure souls, untouched by the world. He himself says, all these disciples, all these young people are like fresh flowers in the garden of life. We go with a basket early morning and pluck the fresh flowers, not the flowers which have fallen on the ground, direct from the plant, and make a mala or use the loose flowers for worship of the Lord. So Sri Ramakrishna selected those fresh flowers from the garden and purified them, beautified them, trained them, and offered them to the mother. But by nature, before coming to Sri Ramakrishna in their young age, each one was so qualified. They are already fresh. Swami Vivekananda searching for truth in college days, or whether Swami Premananda or Brahmananda or Abhedananda, Turiyananda. From childhood they were immersed in meditation, austerities, yogasanas, study of the scriptures. Some qualification was there. And they were brought to Sri Ramakrishna by the Divine Mother. At every stage, Mother showed, he will come, he will come, he will come. And look at Tarak, whose earlier name was Taraknath Ghoshal, because his mother offered a lot of prayer and worship to Tarakeshwara Shiva. And Shiva blessed her. He will be blessed with a son. And when this boy was born, immediately she recognized that he has got the, what you call this, external form of Shiva, the signature of Shiva. So she named her son as Taraknath, popularly called Tarakda. Look at his qualities in school. Headmaster saw his personality, Tarak, in 7th standard, 8th standard, and told others, Tarak's character had such depth and purity that we were all charmed and impressed by it. The young boy itself showed his character, future character. Had such depth and purity that we were all charmed and impressed by it. And with that, when he is continuing his pure life, a simple life, he met Sri Ramakrishna. At the right time, the right Guru will come. Sometime 1880, in May or June, he met Sri Ramakrishna in Ramachandra Datta's house, because he had heard from the people of Calcutta. And by that time, Keshav Chandra Sen was spreading the message of Sri Ramakrishna, and the young Bengal were going to Brahma Samaj, where Narendra, Rakhal, and Tarak also joined later, were mesmerized by the lectures of Keshav Chandra Sen. He was a moving orator, a magnificent orator. So there they heard about Sri Ramakrishna and they thought, let us visit. Because there is some curiosity, some eagerness for higher experience. It is not just goody-goody religion or some pujas, but eagerness, that vyakulata. So with that idea, he came to Sri Ramakrishna. And after 1 month after seeing Sri Ramakrishna in Ramachandra Datta's house, he comes to Dakshineshwar. 1880. And when he made pranam to Sri Ramakrishna, his own experience, Tarak's experience, he says, at once I felt a deep attachment for the Master. I felt as if I had known him a long time. My heart became filled with joy. I saw him as a tender, loving mother waiting for me. So, with confidence, faith, and certitude of a child, I surrendered myself to him, placing myself entirely under his care. From then on, I looked upon the Master as my mother. So Sri Ramakrishna was a guru, he was a mother, he was a friend, he was a father to everybody. As we read in the Prapanna Gita, Tvameva Mata, Tvameva Pita, Tvameva Bandhu, Tvameva Sakha, Tvameva Vidya, Tvameva Sarvam, Mamadeva Deva. So each one felt a different aspect of Sri Ramakrishna. What they wanted, they got it. So that is how slowly he started coming to Sri Ramakrishna. And every time he saw Sri Ramakrishna in Samadhi, Sri Ramakrishna muttering something, clapping, moving here and there, sometimes intoxicated. All this was very, very interesting for him. So, and hardly Sri Ramakrishna read any books. If you have read the Gospel, in the beginning itself, we find that Sri Ramakrishna never read any books. Master Mahashaya, Mahendranath Gupta, is asking Brinde, the servant maid, he must be a great scholar. And he says, I have not seen him reading any book. But everything is on his fingertips, everything is on the tip of his tongue. He hardly reads books. Sri Ramakrishna was like that. It is not by academic education. It was a flood of spiritual eagerness. And Sri Ramakrishna never taught by referring point 1, point 2 of the Constitution or of the Bhagavad Gita or any shloka. It's just spontaneously coming. Mother is pushing ideas to him, he said. But his own life was an example. The open book of spiritual life is Sri Ramakrishna. At every moment, Tarak is saying, at every moment, at every moment and movement, his behavior, he says he demonstrated how to practice religion. This is another important thing that we have to learn from Sri Ramakrishna. Not talking about religion, but practicing religion. That is where the lot of difference between other teachers and other gurus. Sri Ramakrishna never encouraged only talking. He says, if somebody is talking, he would cut it off. He said, what are you talking? Meditate. Pray. Mother is there before you. Sri Ramakrishna's teaching for modern man is practicing religion, not theoretical religion. He gave a new, what you call a frame of religion, new concept of religion. With so many people, all sorts of discussions going on in the media, confusing youngsters. Listening to all these, one boy came to me, I don't believe in religion. I said, what do you mean by religion? Confused. He doesn't know what is religion. I don't believe in religion. I don't like to write about my religion. What you are talking, what do you know? The necessity of religion, the necessity of truth. Sri Ramakrishna demonstrated it. Live recordings are there. The 2000-page gospel is enough to show what is religion, what is not religion. Do's and don'ts. So, how to practice religion? The truths of religion. The subjective aspect of religion. How he did it? Many stories, many examples. Disciples are sleeping, youngsters. Not much of food or things were available at the time. Sometimes they had to sleep on the veranda, sometimes in his own room. And they used to come away from school and college, not telling their parents. Then, when they are sleeping, Sri Ramakrishna in his own way, he gets up from his bed and sees all these fellows are snoring. He is unhappy. He wakes them up, pushes them, sprinkles water on them and says, have you come here to sleep? Wake up. Whole night if you spend in sleep, when will you think of the mother? When will you think of God? The delusion that Maya, Nidra is a Maya. The more you sleep, the more you are away from God. Niranjananji is sleeping. Young boy, Nitya Niranjan, for 15-16 years, he came to Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna is restless. This fellow is sleeping and wasting his time at 6 o'clock in the evening. Hey Niranjan, when will you realize God? Have you come here to sleep? Go wash your face in the Ganga and run to the temple. Evening Arati will start now. Guru is restless because he's breaking their bondages. He's cutting their Maya, making them future enlightened souls. So Mahapurushmara Tarak Ghoshal is saying all this. Hello dear boys, have you come here to sleep? If you spend the night in sleep, when will you call on God? This is religion. Talking to God. Realizing God. Either from the Gnana Marga or the Bhakti Marga. Your goal is realization. Not talking. Not dogmas. Not theories. You feel the hunger for realization. Subhashya Shigram, as we say. As soon as we heard his voice, we would quickly sit up and start to meditate. That is Sri Ramakrishna's inspiration. Meditate, meditate, meditate till light flashes into your head. Atma Jyoti should break all the barriers and you should see the light. Divya Jyoti. That is why we sing Jyotira Jyoti Ujjvala Hridi Kandara. Arati song. The light of lights will dispel the darkness in the cave of your heart. Hridi Kandara. Kandara means cave. So dark it is, so worldly it is, so fearful it is. Jyotira Jyoti. The light of lights. So that should be lighted. Sri Ramakrishna is igniting that fire in the disciples. One of the beneficiaries was Taraknath. So Sri Ramakrishna bound the disciples with his love, with a cord of love. At Dakshineshwar itself, this Ramakrishna Sangha was being formed. Many people think it is Vivekananda who did it. Vivekananda formalized it. He registered it. Put some rules and regulations into the Sangha. But it was all done by Sri Ramakrishna in the small room in Dakshineshwar. And that became another chapter in Kashipur when he gave the 12 disciples the ochre robes and the Japamala, Rudrakshamala. There itself initiated, started, informal. Whatever Sri Ramakrishna did is radical. He did not go by the books, he went by the spirit. So Mahapurush Mara later remarked, we had so much deep love for each other, the 16 disciples, and the householder devotees also. We had deep love for each other, that we were ready to sacrifice our lives for each other. Those who are meditating, others were working for them. Those who are working, later on these people asked them to meditate and started their seva. In Baranagar monastery we see the incidents, or in Alam Bazar, or in Nilambar Mukherjee garden house. It's all facts and figures. It's all there in the books. How each one took care of the other. So we were ready to sacrifice our lives. So from the very inception of the Ramakrishna Math mission, the disciples tried to create this wonderful atmosphere, a spiritual atmosphere in the monasteries, Baranagar first. Then afterward this spread out all over the country. Swamiji went away to entire world, country traveling, Parivrajika days. Then America, without telling anybody, people came to know that this, our Naren has crossed the ocean and has become world famous when the newspaper Patrika started printing the photo. First they had a doubt, is this the same Naren? Who was quiet and who was in Samadhi always? Now he is thundering the whole world. Cyclonic monk, world warrior monk, orator by divine right. All that titles, birudus, Americans were giving to him. Then they came to know this is our own Naren who is shaking the world, and for that Sri Ramakrishna sent him there. So Sri Ramakrishna passes away 1886, and by that time December they all come together, and the famous incident which we observe as the Christmas Eve, they took the vows and in the Dhuni fire in Anandpur, and Swamiji named Taraknath as Shivananda. Shiva's qualities, Shantam, Shivam, Advaitam. That was his nature. Very cool, very kind, very serious, deep meditation. Till the end, Mahapurush Maharaj maintained that frequency, that ambience of meditation. Anybody talking loud or talking unwanted things, he never appreciated. He says, it's all a waste of time. Go dive deep into meditation. Time is less for us. We have to awaken the spirit before we die. Some experience we should get. That was the teachings of Mahapurush Maharaj, Swami Shivananda ji. So, through austerities, through japa, through dhyana, through bhajans, through study of the scriptures, so busy they became, so engaged they were. Some were cooking, some were meditating, some were singing, some were gardening. Anandam, Anandam, Anandam. Prema Swarupam Nityam Anandamurtim Vimala Paramahamsam Ramakrishnam Bhaja. For them, Ramakrishna is everything. So, when other disciples went, Mahapurush Maharaj felt, let me also gain much spiritual experiences in the pilgrimage centers of India. They just don't go for some darshan of the Lord and take coffee there and come back. People make fun, some scholars. The first thing that South India people want when they go to Haridwar is nice, good coffee. Afterwards, Hari ka dwar milenge. First, their reservation is where they'll get good coffee or masal dosa. Then afterwards, Hari, Hara and Shiva will come. But the pilgrimage centers, Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani, Narada says, Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani. The pilgrims will make that place powerful by their austerities, by their japadhyana, by their sadhana. So Mahapurush Maharaj was like that. He travelled extensively, deep into the jungles of Badrinarayan at that time, Kedarnath at that time. How difficult was it at that time? Today it's quite easy. Facilities are there. Full of forests and wild animals, and who will take care of whom, they don't know. Occasionally they find some house here and there for some hot tea or some food and some rest. Some chatrams will be there. But their only goal was plunging into meditation. He says, this body, Mahapurush Maharaj said later, his experience, this body did lot of mountain climbing, visited many places and practiced much austerities. There were times when I did not have more than one piece of cloth with me. Many nights I slept under trees. I had a feeling of great dispassion and never thought about physical comfort. Finding joy in austerity alone. I wandered a great deal, carrying no possessions. When you read the life of Akhandanji, Mahapurush Maharaj, Turiyanandaji, and Brahmanandaji, and other disciples, we find this. They had only one, Sri Ramakrishna with them. Time and again he protects. That also he says here. I wandered a great deal, carrying no possessions, but was never in any trouble. The Master, my Guru, Sri Ramakrishna, stayed by me and protected me from all dangers and difficulties, and I never went hungry. Whenever they felt hungry, food is coming. There was no dearth of minimum facilities which Sri Ramakrishna provided. He himself arranged so many times. It happened to Swamiji in the Hathras railway station, when that Marwari was eating nice luchi, aloo curry and everything, and teasing Narendra, teasing Vividishananda, who later becomes Vivekananda. You're all bairagis, you're all beggars, you have wasted your time, life. So look at me, I'm eating all these, and nicely he's enjoying, showing and eating. Then after 5 minutes, what happened? A sweet maker comes with hot luchi, hot curry, bringing to Swamiji and says, Lord Rama came and woke me up and scolded me that his disciple is starving there in the railway station. Go. He showed me your photo. He showed me you are sitting there. Thrice I avoided, but thrice Rama pushed me and said, you fool, get up. Go and prepare something. Then Swamiji smiled at that Marwari Bhaktar, Marwari colleague, and he fell at his feet. Surrender to Sri Ramakrishna. So many stories. Similarly with Mahapurush Maharaj also. Then a very interesting and deep answer. After his pilgrimage, coming back to Baranagar, coming back and spending some time, again going to different places, coming deep into South India. 4 or 5 times South India is blessed by the direct disciples. Ramakrishna came. He made all the arrangements for others to come. Mahapurush Maharaj came. Holy Mother came. What else we want? Blessed we are. Went up to Kanyakumari. Abhedanandaji came. So many other second generation of monks came. But when somebody questioned about his meditation, about the unreality of the world, when you say Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha, what is that Brahma Satya? What is Jagat Mithya? How do you understand it? Experience of the sages, experience of the Mahapurushas. And incidentally, Mahapurush is popularly known in the Ramakrishna Sangha as Mahapurush Maharaj. Brahmanandaji is known as Raja Maharaj. These are all Swamiji's certificates. Vivekananda certificates. Raja, from today you are our Raja. Why? You have got the power to rule kingdoms, not just one kingdom, not singular. Says you have power to rule kingdoms. So you are Raja for us. I am handing over all my this one to Raja and going. Now I know it is in safe hands. For the next 22 years, Raja Maharaj led the show, taking all the pains and all this one, in spite of his meditative moods, traveling all over the country. Then Mahapurush Maharaj comes into the picture. Why? Amongst the entire disciples, he was the one who was free absolutely from lust by the grace of Sri Ramakrishna. That's why Swami says, Tarakda, you are Mahapurush. You're a great divine soul. Absolutely free from lust. Swamiji's call. Then he said, the unreality of the world. Tamaso asatoma sat gamaya. What is asat? What is sat? What is nitya? What is anitya? We get confused. What is object? What is subject? What is anatma? What is atma? In simple words, he puts it. Mahapurush Maharaj says, if we observe closely the changeableness of things outside as well as within, the changeableness of things outside and within, we can be convinced of the unreality of the entire world. Everything is unreal, asat. How? Every change perceived by the senses. What are the senses? The Gnana Indriyas. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. With that we are, from childhood we are getting that worldly knowledge. The unreal knowledge is going inside. Every change perceived by the senses as happening outside has its counterpart within us. Bahya Prakriti, Manasika Prakriti. Brahmanda, Pindanda. Bahirmukha, Antarmukha. Everything has got its counterpart. In proportion as the outer world is changeable, so is the permanence in the inner world. As much as the outer world, Brahmanda, the external world is changing, internal world is stable, proportionately. By the reality of a thing is meant truly its existence at all times eternally. The one remains, all other things go around it. You are standing on the bridge. Holy Mother gives example. You are standing on the bridge of a river. You are watching the pure water passing under the bridge. And occasionally there is a small boat coming. Boatman is rowing the boat and it goes under the bridge. Then one bucket may come. One dead body of a cow or somebody has thrown it inside. That also goes off. Some creepers will be there. They also float in the river and go away. So you as an observer, you as the witness are there, watching just the passing by things. You are there only. Other things are coming and passing. As you travel in the train, from the window you see the trees are flying, the people are flying, the houses are flying. And when you see yourself, you are there. The child says, Amma, chetlu egripothunnayi. చెట్లు ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోతున్నావు, నువ్వు ముందుకు వెళ్తున్నావు. దే ఆర్ బైపాసింగ్, దట్స్ ఆల్. అన్రియల్. సో వన్ రిమైన్స్, ద మెనీ కమ్ అండ్ పాస్. ఏకమేవ నద్వితీయం బ్రహ్మ. ది అన్రియాలిటీ ఈజ్ సీన్. The reality of a thing is meant truly its existence at all times. In psychology, they give the example of a man who was using an axe given by his father. And this man is using the axe for cutting the trees. And he said, this is the same axe which my grandfather was using. Only I have changed the handle 10 times. I have changed the blade 5 times. Same axe. This is foolishness, they say. How can it be the same axe? But he is thinking it is the same axe. Unreality is for him real. He forgetting his reality and thinking the axe is real, which is changing blades and the handle. So in the bodies are different. Vasamsi jirnani yata vihaya navani grihnati naroparani tata sharirani vihaya jirna anyani sanyati navani dehi. The dehi, once inside, he is permanent. The bodies are thrown out like a used garment. Unfortunately, in this world of phenomenon means that which is happening periodically, there is nothing that remains unchanged even for a second. Now, with the idea of finding the ultimate truth, keep in mind this, his experience, Mahapurush Maharaj's experience of the reality and unreality of the world. He say, with the idea of finding the ultimate truth, if we push our analysis further, we shall see that at the back of all changeable phenomena is the immutable Brahman. First, gross objects, sthula vastu. Second, sukshma vastu and ati sukshma vastu. Gross, subtle, subtler, deeper. Whatever we analyze in the outer world, we fail to find any permanence in them. Baffled, we finally turn within ourselves. Antarmukhi bhava. Antarmukhi bhava. We have to keep on telling of the mind. Antarmukhi bhava he manasa. Oh my mind, antarmukhi bhava. How long will you become bahirmukhi? Till you get beatings from nature? Why don't you go inside and enjoy? Dubu, 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 mon, rupa shagore. Sri Ramakrishna's famous song, dive deep, dive deep, dive deep, oh my mind. When you swim only on the surface of a ocean, you will get only dirty things, ordinary shells, valueless. Dive deep, you will get ratnas. So, Mahapurush Maharaj says, baffled, ascharyam, we get to, what is this world? We finally turn within ourselves. This self-withdrawal or abstraction, cutting off that word, abstraction, is the only way to the knowledge of Brahman or the supreme reality. That Sakshi Bhav has to be cultivated in meditation. That's why Sri Krishna says in the 4th chapter of the Gita, Mama Ashrayaha, take refuge in me, not in my world. I am there always. Then Swamiji doesn't make them sit quiet. He's a taskmaster. He will give broomstick to everybody. Go and clean. Enough of your bell ringing, enough of your meditation, put Vedanta into practice. So he instructs Mahapurush Maharaj, who was plunged in meditation, to go and start a center in Varanasi. Mahapurush Maharaj obeys his leader's words. He goes there and starts a center which is today called Sri Ramakrishna Advaita Ashrama. He spent several days there, several months there, and showed the people of Benares what is meditation, what is austerity, what is japa, what is dhyana by his life. So after the demise of Brahmanandaji, he becomes the president of the order, second president of the order in 1922. And from 22 till 34, till he left his body, what an amount of travel, what an amount of expansion. 1926, the first convention of the devotees of the Ramakrishna order. People from all over the world came, inspired by Swamiji, Abhedanandaji and others, to Belur Math. The photographs are there in the book, how Mahapurush Maharaj is sitting there in the veranda of the first floor where Swamiji lived and blessing all the devotees. And the second generation of monks, his disciples, Brahmanji's disciples, mother's disciples who were all there, Mahapurush Maharaj put them to task. He said, hey, go to America. Hey, go to South India. Hey, go to Devgar. He told one Swami, I had a privilege to see him for 2-3 hours only, Muktanandaji, Baba Maharaj. It's called Baba Maharaj. He was just 25 years old boy, was Mahapurush Maharaj disciple. The first thing that Maharaj said, don't stay in Belur Math, forget Bengal and go to Benares and serve the patients. Guru Adesh. Just went away, walking from Calcutta to Benares. And never again came back to Belur Math. People were going to see him only, but he never came. Maharaj, please come to Belur Math. Young brahmacharis are there. They would like to see you. You are Mahapurush Maharaj disciple. Let my Guru tell me, I will come. The Guru told me, go to Benares and serve. He has not told me to come to Bengal or Belur Math. If he tells, I will come. All of us used to go. After sannyasa, every year we used to go. There we saw 75 years non-stop he did seva. 75 years service. At 25 he went. Or at 22, 23 he went. 75 years. Dirgha kalam tapas. Seva, seva, seva. What seva? Giving first aid treatment to the patients. That's all is his seva. He is not a doctor. But he did it as worship. Just as we go and offer flower to Sri Ramakrishna, morning 7 o'clock he would go to the hospital, and evening 1 o'clock, afternoon he used to come back. When we saw him, he was almost in the last days of his life. But you could see the glow, see the brightness of Chitta Shuddhi, Atma Jyoti through his eyes. Remarkable. And we saw so much of pain in his knees, arthritis, stiff legs, long hours of standing. And not 1 or 2 patients, hundreds and hundreds, standing and cleaning their wounds, giving injection and bandaging them, and no nurse can do it. These disciples were martyrs. They took this one on their shoulders. And when we saw he was coming by wheelchair from the hospital at the age of 95. And one of our brothers said, Swami Maharaj, at this age of 95 you are going to the hospital and treating patients? It's a sight to see how he used to treat patients, as if he is treating Sri Ramakrishna. We keep a flower in the temple, how carefully we keep. Like that he's taking the cotton, constantly lips are moving. That means he is constantly doing japa. And when the last day, when he cannot stand, they made an arrangement for some handle to be fixed on the wall. He is holding that and with right hand treating the patients. And the patients want his touch only. They want him to do. Super specialists are inside. हमको बाबा चाहिए, नहीं तो भाग जाएंगे, बाहर जाएंगे. बाबा है, आएंगे. From morning till evening, Muslim ladies, poor ladies, no this one for them, no barrier. All are waiting for Baba's touch. Even now, when we go to Benares, they say, Baba, 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 Baba Ashram, they say. Mahapurush Maharaj's disciples. So many. Bhaskareshwaranji, one of the greatest Advaita scholars we had in Nagpur. Mahapurush Maharaj sent him to Nagpur. Bhaskareshwaranji and his generation of disciples we saw, Very, very staunch, orthodox and very firm monks they are. Shastra Gnanam, everything on their fingertips. So, and during that period, activities of the order expanded considerably. Centers came up in India, Singapore, Europe, North America, South America. He inspired the monks to do seva and advised the monks to harmonize the 4 yogas in their life so that they could realize the Atman. Do not curtail the time for meditation. When you meditate properly, you can work properly. One should work and worship simultaneously. So then he comes to Ooty in South India by divine intervention. Centers came up in Mumbai, Kadapa, Nagpur. All this is Mahapurushma's contribution. He wrote to a monk, "May the Lord give you indomitable enthusiasm and courage." See the inspiration and the blessings. May the Lord give you indomitable enthusiasm and courage. Know for certain that the ashrama is bound to flourish. Don't worry about that score. Never forget what Swamiji said regarding work. Whatever you do in connection with the monastery or in the way of service to the country is not inferior to spiritual practice. All that you do is His work, even japa and dhyana. Never doubt this. Even as repeating His name and thinking about Him is spiritual practice, so is the service of humanity when done selflessly. Spiritual practice is not one kind only, it is various. It is renunciation of the ego or the self. With all that, after 12 years of spiritual ministry, the Sangha Guru, revered Mahapurush Maharaj, passed away, attaining Ramakrishna Loka on 20th February 1934. So this is a huge life. Those who have not read, there's a beautiful book called The Saga of a Great Soul. Please try to read. More incidents are there. Then the outstanding book like Gospel is For Seekers of God. It is available in Telugu also. For Seekers of God. Mahapurushuni Madhura Bhashanalu. This is For Seekers of God. Please have that. These are by our regular scriptures other than Gita and Upanishads. It will help your life to solve many problems. We shall stop here and continue next Sunday. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.